So hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting outside as usual because I'm still sewing. I'm not yet done with my dress. There was something going on yesterday in the town, and it was a traditional thing that they do, so I wanted to see it, so I didn't sew, but I'll get onto it today because I need to get that dress ready and I need to show you guys. Anyway, the reason why I'm making this video, you guys know. Um, I just have like questions really for our artists, like Zambian artists to be specific. Well, not all of them, but so far, most that I've seen, the ones that I do follow anyway, and then I stopped following them. I'm gonna get to that. Or we're gonna talk about something that has been bothering me. So, for those of you who've been following the Zambezi Magic TV station, there was a program. They were looking for a presenter to be able to present the Zambian music top 10 songs, I think, like, you know, a presenter who would be there to present which songs are number one, blah 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 blah, blah, and to interview the artists themselves. So apparently, what was his name? His Roberto's young brother. I've forgotten his name. See, I've forgotten his name, but he's yeah, Benas Panda. So he won the competition. There were about 20. I remember there were about 20 people, and one of my friends was competing there, and of course I was rooting for him, but he didn't make it, and Benas won. And I think just about yesterday, I was told that the show was being cancelled due to low ratings. And then Benas Banda was complaining. He was saying, well, the reason why this show wasn't doing so well because they were not advertising it as much as they were the other programs which have been doing so well, which is, I think, My Zambian Wedding. I think so. They took it from, yeah, I think my Zambian Wedding or something. So that was advertised, and he was saying, no, my show wasn't advertised. And not only that, they were also questioning my presentation skills, like my interviewing skills, on how I was interviewing the artists who came onto my show. And he said, well, those artists were coming onto my show to sell their music, and I couldn't I didn't want to start asking them questions that were detrimental to their reputation, blah 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 blah. And then he went into how the Zambezi Magic people didn't pay him. They just paid him for 3 months. He was okay. It was a very long rant, but to sum it all up, he didn't get paid, and he didn't want to get into when he was interviewing the artist. He just wanted to stick to the artist about and ask them about their music, and that's all. You know, they get to know it. I have a problem with that particular what he said. I'm sorry that he hasn't been getting paid, and his show wasn't advertised by the company themselves. However, personally, being like I used to be on radio, and one thing that I learned from that was, if you want your show to go on, like if you want your show to be the hyped show, you have to bring up topics. You have to make sure that people interact with you, like bring up outrageous statements and ask the people what they think. Bring up what's happening, what's the hype, what's making people go crazy. That's how you bring up the hype in making people listen to your show. You bring controversial topics for people to, you know, the taboo topics that, you know, are usually talked about behind closed doors. Bring them out and let people call you. If they have to call you and say, oh, don't bring such topics on radio, that means they are listening. And that means they'll keep on listening to see if you're going to continue with that. And, you know, curiosity, and that's how the next time they'll be waiting for you to bring up what crazy idea you have. So that's how you get the show running. And him being him, he has a brother who is relatively famous, Roberto. He could have just gone, bro, please advertise my show, because the moment he won the moment he won and said, you are going to be the presenter of the Z Top 10, it became his show. So he had to take the reins and advertise like crazy, because it was his. Like, he had to take it like it was his baby. It was the first time that was happening. Like I have my friend who I love so much, and I've seen how much he hassles to get something done, and I've seen how his shows hyped up. I would be on air and he would come and say, hey, talk about my show, like, and I would hype people up on his behalf like that. So you have to talk to people, talk to them, tell your friends to share on their Facebook pages. Get there. Like, social media is now being used as a marketing tool. Use it to the fullest advantage you can. If those guys at the Zambezi thingy wanted to just give you 2 or 3 slots on TV or whatever, at least you would have your following and they wouldn't cancel your show because you would be loved by the people. And if the show was canceled, they'll be like, where is our presenter, blah, blah, blah. But to just leave it up to, the people who are in charge of marketing, blah, 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 and just like, okay, you do it. I'm going to go back there and sit down. I don't think he was ready for it when I think about that. When it comes to money, like, don't play with anybody's money. So in that money issue, like, I am total support that you pay him what you owe him. Pay the young man what you owe him. And when it also comes to the second statement he made about, artists, I couldn't interview artists about, I couldn't interview the artists' personal questions because they came onto my show to talk about their music. Yes, talk about their music for 1 minute, but give us the juice. That's what we are here for. Like, being an artist, it means that you want to stand out. You've said to yourself and your family, you've said, this is now, my life is now public, basically, because that's what you are there for, our entertainment. Like, we are watching you as an artist. So if there's a gossip to say, oh, this, and that particular artist comes onto your show, me as a viewer sitting there on my TV, I'm like, when are you gonna ask him about, or when are you gonna ask her about this and this and this? Like, go on, go. That's what makes it entertaining. Like, yes. So for him to say, no, I wasn't gonna ask that, yeah, I see why I wouldn't watch that show. Like, no, he's not, he or she, this is an artist that you're bringing. Like, get the juice. Like, if you're scared that he will hate you for asking him that particular question, even if it's your question, you go like, oh, so viewers have been wondering about this, but it's you. Just do it. Like, that's your job. That's the hype. So I can see why, based on these theories that I made up, he didn't want to interview the artist about the scandalous things, get into the deets. And he wasn't advertising personally as much as he could have, because I didn't see him anywhere, really. After the show, I was like, okay, he won. And that was it. The next thing was kaladoshas. Kaladoshas with Cleo Ice Queen, artists in Zambia. Kaladoshas went on a long rant talking about, oh my God, the rumors. You people are talking about rumors about us artists. They're not supporting us, blah, blah, blah. You only talk about us when we're like in a negative, something negative happens, or if negative rumor pops up. I was like, yes, because you're not giving us anything to talk about. You're not, yes, you're a human being before you're an artist, but you're an artist. I'm a commoner. Like, if I walk there and fell off my bike, nobody would talk about, oh, Mumba fell and nobody, because I'm not famous. You are. If that happened to you, everybody would be like, oh my God, did you see that? Because you are our entertainment. That's your job, to entertain us, your fans. So he went on a long rant about all the negativity that has been going around. Oh, we should stop. No, we ain't gonna stop. That's why I like Makitu. When Makitu released his song, the Treason song, everybody was on him. The next thing Makitu did was put up his next music video, which immediately, of course, got watched and downloaded and stuff. Why? Because he used the hype. That's him. And I love how he uses any negativity that causes his name to pop up in our mouths. He's gonna clap right back, and you want to hear what he has to say. He doesn't hide back. He's just like, I'm gonna respond. And that's an art. To me, that's an artist. Like, that's an artist. That's a big ass artist. That's what you're supposed to do. Well, you don't have to respond to everything, but like when it's really big, you want to use that to your advantage. There's no negative publicity when it comes to these guys, I think, because when we're talking about them, the only negative publicity I think would be Wezi when they played this relationship with Mumbayachi, and apparently Mumbayachi was married, and but that also got us talking. But now, after she went onto her Facebook page and was like, oh my god, oh my god, I was like, girl, where's your music at? Like, it's just hard, really. Anyway, so I don't know why they are complaining. This is your life. This is the life you chose. Your business is our business. We will continue watching you. And if you don't give us stories, we'll create stories on your behalf. Anyway, this is my little rant. I'm about to now go like an hour away from here. I'm escorting my friend. She wants to go to IKEA. And I come back and start sewing these things. Yeah? So this is what I just wanted to tell you guys about. These artists, they should learn to use this negative publicity to their advantage. They're complaining that we are not paying attention to them because they're not giving us the juice. Give us the juice. We want the juice. Create your own stories if you want, and then we will pay attention to you and your music and give us bang as we dance. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I'll see you in my next video.